So let's just break down what are the most important things: being in your authenticity, speaking your truth, being on the pursuit of truth, which all ties into truth, right? Authenticity is truth. Speaking your truth is being authentic, like it's a triangle, right? Being on the pursuit of truth helps you to understand yourself better and tap into your what your inner knowing is, because as you read more information, and even people, right? Like when you trust your intuition, right away you'll feel if that person is genuine or not, or if this person is sketchy. Like your intuition knows when someone is sketchy and when someone is genuine. Like you feel it based on their energy field. And like literally the creator will send you people in your life in that exact moment that you're meant to align with them. And as you raise your frequency and you gain more knowledge, you're attracting more people that are on that same frequency, gaining more knowledge and have other knowledge that you don't have, and you guys will be able to share knowledge and learn and grow more and more, right? So it's like that's why it's so important to be on this pursuit of truth, because then you align with people that are on that pursuit of truth. Whereas if you're not on this pursuit of truth, then you're just aligning with people in the 3D world that are going to use you and take advantage of you and not really care about who you are, care to understand you, just what they can get out of you, right? But when you align with truth and speaking your truth and being authentic and and searching for truth, you align with those same people. I know it because it's been happening to me. So it's like it's not. I'm not saying this out of like this is what will come because I don't know that experience. No, it's I've been experiencing it. So I know for sure it is truth that you will align with people who are truth seekers. Whether you want to or not, it's gonna come in, right? Like that's why it's saying that like you obviously want it when you're a truth seeker. You want to align with people who are like minded, but I'm just saying that like you won't even have control over it. It will happen because you're doing the things that are about truth, right? So raising your frequency again is just about seeking the truth, finding out what the truth is, and being a genuine person and doing good deeds and being there for each other. And the thing is, if you get overwhelmed and you're reactive, it doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It's just that something you need to work on and see it for what it is. For example, for me, right? When I go outside, I know that it's like I have to take a deep breath and be ready for the overwhelm. Whether I want to or not, it's not even that I want to, because it's a choice whether I choose to get overwhelmed, but I haven't perfected that yet. I haven't perfected the ability to not get overwhelmed, to not get frustrated and in a state where yeah, overwhelmed. Like for example, my little one, no matter how many times I tell him not to do something, he just laughs and does it. That's who he is. That's who his spirit is. I can tell him over and over. I can say that um, like now there's the thing that I'm calling the teacher. I have this phone inside the house, so I'm like, okay, I'm calling the teacher. You're not gonna go get to play with your friends at school. You're not gonna get to go to school, and that's the only thing that works on him. Where he stops doing it when we're at home because I'm calling the teacher. When we're out, he's like overstimulated by everything that's going on, so it doesn't necessarily work when I'm outside, right? So for example, when we're at the pool, I think that okay, this is good, he can't escape, I don't have to be in panic mode, but he's constantly going and messing with people's like floaters, grabbing them, they're getting annoyed, I'm telling him to stop, he's not stopping, right? I'm like, okay, we're gonna get out of the pool and go home. Like then he'll kind of listen, but still, like, then, okay, he'll stop doing that, and then he'll move on to the next thing. Then he'll see someone who has a toy, and I bring 100 toys with him so that he doesn't take other people's toys. Then he'll go and take other people's toys. And a part of me I used to get more overwhelmed because I used to feel like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. These people think I don't know how to control my kids, right? Like that I don't, uh, they're they can do whatever they want, right? They have no discipline. So it's like that used to be my old story, that I used to feel embarrassed. That was one of my things. And now I'm like, no, I don't feel embarrassed by the fact that he's doing that. It's just more so that I'm like, these people are getting bothered by it, and I don't want to have to deal with them being annoyed. You know what I mean? Like they're annoyed, they're bothered, and now I have to deal with these people who are annoyed with my son bothering them, right? So that's the only situation that makes me feel overwhelmed, because I'm like, oh, now I have to like say, oh, sorry, okay, sorry, he's taking your stuff, like, come here, and then he goes back to it 5 minutes later. So that whole thing is like gets me not to be in a state where I feel peace when I'm outside. I feel overwhelmed because I'm constantly dealing with him doing things. And if if I want to get over the situation, I know what to do to get over the situation, just not care. But I don't know how not to care because these people are annoyed. So it's like I can't let him do it because it's annoying these people. So, and so it's like, okay, I need to get him out of that situation. But getting him out of that situation, I have to just not be annoyed with it. You know, I can't take on their energy. And I think that's what it is. Like, I'm getting annoyed and I'm getting overwhelmed because of their reaction to it, of them being annoyed, right? It's no longer being embarrassed, it's just that they're annoyed. So, oh, now I have to deal with that energy on me. Instead of being like, okay, sorry, move on, right? Like, that's what it means to not be reactive. So he's doing it, okay, sorry, move on. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Like, sorry, like, just say sorry a billion times and tell him no. Like, that's the only thing, and not feel like, oh my god, this is too much, right? So it's like, that's how you train your mind not to be reactive, by not caring. Like, I don't care what people think about me. If people are thinking bad thoughts of me, if I record these videos and people are like, well, she's a weirdo, she's this, she's this, she's this, she's this, whatever, right? I don't care. I don't even think about the fact of what people think about me as I'm recording these videos. But when it comes to being face to face with people, with my son, that actions that I can't control because he's his own person, that's when I get overwhelmed. But I'm working on it. I'm trying not to get to a place where it's like impacting me or making me feel or take on their energy of annoyance. But I haven't perfected that. Like, I haven't gone to a place where I don't let it get to me, and that's me reacting. So now I'm another thing. What I was just saying. So I keep getting the same lesson because I'm not reacting differently. I'm still letting it overwhelm me. So until I get to a place like where, how I said, I don't feel embarrassed anymore, so the embarrassment is not getting me anymore, but the situation keeps happening because it's still a trigger for me. It's still something that makes me feel overwhelmed and frustrated that, oh my god, this is what I have to deal with again, right? So, yeah, so it's choosing not to care, having that, like, I don't give a F sort of situation. Like, if they're annoyed, it's a kid, like, I'm sorry, not all kids are these obedient robots that are like not exploring and just sticking by their parents and listening, right? Like, some kids are super obedient and they listen, and their parents are just whatever, just tell them once and they don't, and they listen. Or some kids like are just not curious and they don't care to go take everyone look at what other people have. There's just different types of kids out there, and the ones that are usually the curious and the ones that don't listen are the ones that think for themselves and don't get trapped in this situation. Because I know I was one of those kids that I was running away from my mom, I was doing my own thing. So it's like, I have compassion for my kids because I know what it's like. I was that kid, right? And I don't want to get them to a place where they are these obedient children. I can tell them, no, no, you don't take other people's stuff, and explain it to them. But I don't want them to be these, like, that obey everything and don't think for themselves of why they're following these orders, right? Like, that's why I say, hey, don't take those other people's stuff because they're not your toys. People get annoyed. Do you like it if someone takes your toys? No. So don't take other people's stuff. It's their stuff, right? Like, I try to explain it to them in that way, where it's not like, you don't take people's stuff because you don't take people's stuff, right? Like, because I said no, right? Like, no, it's not that. It's like, try to give them an explanation of why, right? I care about the why. I need to give my kids the same explanation. And my son, and because I've been doing that with my older son, I do with my little one, but he's just grasping the concept of why, right? That's why he asks me, why, mommy? Why, mommy? Now he's doing the same thing back. With my oldest son, I've been doing with them for so long, he's 7 now, that he asks me, hey, why does this work like this? Or why does, and some answers I don't know, and I have to look it up. And some answers I do know, and I'm like, or I have to think about it. I'm like, oh no, it works like this because of this, this, this. So it's like, you want your kids to question. You want your kids to ask why and not just be these obedient soldiers. Or else they'll get trapped in this matrix and not be able to think for themselves and follow what everyone else says, and not and care about other people's opinions and whatnot. And you don't want them to be trapped in it. You want them to be free thinkers. So again, let's break that down again. So pay attention to the situations and the lessons that keep coming up over and over again. It's funny, as I keep recording this, there's this creator that's talking about that how she knows money's coming in, and it's so funny because her videos keep coming up for me, and she posts a lot of content, but it just keeps coming up to me, and the messages, like, I understand, and I there's a reason why it keeps coming up, right? So it's funny because she's just talking about like how she knows that abundance and money's coming into because she keeps getting like situations where her finances are getting blocked, right? And um, she's analyzed that, and she's seen it as, she's perceived it as because financial abundance is coming in. So it's, whereas other people would get overwhelmed and be like, oh my god, why is this happening to me? Is the universe out to get me? And blah blah blah. Like, we can perceive it to be anything, but she chose to see the lesson in that, that it's because of the fact that abundance is coming in. So everything is like, if we see the lesson in it, like what I said, my kid's frustrating me, the lesson is for me not to care what people think. I'm choosing to see the lesson, right? And there was one tarot reader who said that, the Naked Moon girl, she's like, she looks at everything in her life, people, places, things, as what is the lesson in it. And it's so funny because now I'm adopting that. Like, I understood it when she said it, but now I'm like really implementing it, where I see, okay, why does this keep happening to me, where I'm always in the situation where the kid, where my little one is just doing whatever he wants, right? And it's because I'm meant to not necessarily stop the behavior, try to stop the behavior, but it's all about me choosing not to react, not letting it overwhelm me, not caring, not letting it change my mood or how I feel, or anything. I'm just meant to stay neutral and be like, okay, move on to the next thing, continue having fun, right? So, and as soon as I choose to do things from that way, I bet you sure enough, that this situation is going to stop happening, right? So as soon as you see the lesson in it and you choose to change your behavior, like what Jason talks about, the contract reacts to our behavior. So that's why I keep sending us more of the same things, because of the fact that we're reacting the same way, right? Like, even for example, these doctor things, like in the past, I would fight with these doctors and be like, "What's like? No, you're doing what I say, and you're doing it now, right?" And now I realize that like doesn't get me what I want, right? Like forcing them to do it when they're not going to do it. Now I just like accept it to a degree. Like, I try my best, but I'm not fighting with them anymore, because me fighting with them still didn't get what I wanted out of the situation. Still didn't. So instead of me fighting with them, I'm like, okay, is there another doctor that I can go to? Like, when that doctor wasn't giving me anything, his thing, I was like, the other lady told me not to come back, to go to my family doctor, and he's not doing, the pediatrician, go to his pediatrician. I was like, nope, she gave him the antibiotics, I'm going back. I came up with another game plan. And then sure enough, she gave me the bronchitis and everything, because of the way I approached it. I'm like, hey, like, I know you don't want to do the x-ray because he doesn't have pneumonia, but remember we talked about that the antibiotics didn't work or anything, to come back to you and we'll figure out something else. And you're like, you'll give the puffer. And she's like, okay, yes. And I'm like, she's like, I'm only doing this for you because you're so kind, right? Like, you are really kind, and I want to help you, and I know you care about your son. And I was like, cool, all your approach, because I didn't approach her in a way where I'm like treating her like in a like aggressive way, right? Like, no, do this. You don't know what you're talking about. I know this. Da da da. No, I just said, hey, can we do this, right? And if it's not, if the cough keeps persisting and not going away, then I gotta take the next step and go to the hospital. But I'm done arguing and with people, and get choosing to let myself be overwhelmed and reactive, because of the fact that they're not doing what I want them to do, right? So and the thing is, it changes their make, because when I first went in there, I was really overwhelmed. I was like, yeah, but he needs the x-ray, this has been going on and then my energy was like this, and she was like, you're not listening to me, you're not understanding what I'm saying, I've explained it to you 100 times, blah blah blah. But it was because I was so scared the first time I walked in, right, with him. And then when I went to the pediatrician, I was like, hey, we need to get the x-ray done, we need to get this, da 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 da. Same energy. And it's so funny, because the second time I went to the pediatrician, he wasn't like that mean the second time, but he was like, hey, like, listen, like, trust me, he's fine, blah 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 blah. And no, I don't trust him, but I'm like, okay, like, if he's saying that his lungs sound normal and everything like that, and he's not gonna give any more tests, like, I can't do nothing about it, right? There's no point of fighting with him, and his energy still, he stayed calm, right? Whereas before he